Yeah.
I'm provide mic to I'm providing mic to all people. If you want to ask something, you can please put your question.
Yeah.
You can also share if you have some queries. You can put your queries also. Sundar Bhaiya is there to solve your the solution of your problems if you are facing any. Ji Shashikant Kurodi ji, you have
Namaste to all of you. And actually, I wanted to know what is that polycystic kidney and whether it is a disease or whether it is very natural.
Polycystic kidney.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, cyst anywhere, whether
Sir.
it is in the kidney or in the ovary, anywhere there is a cyst, it is an abnormality.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So specifically, if the cysts are more like water bubbles with some fluid in them. Okay.
So it is need not be worried, no?
No. See, we need to take care of that particular cyst. If some kind of water bubbles are forming on the kidney,
okay,
they are not actually cancerous or anything like that. They are just having, they are just small bubbles with some fluid. Okay, but when this is happening, when this particular thing is happening in the kidney, kidney is trying to tell us that something is not normal inside our body. Okay, so this can happen anywhere. It can happen in the kidney, it can happen in the liver, it can happen anywhere. But anywhere we can solve it. We can we can dissolve those cysts. We can do the cyst completely with simple medicines and some good lifestyle.
Okay, sir. So how can we control it with our food only?
If the thing is, if the number of cysts are very less, there are only one or two cysts, and just by taking simple things like haridra, the haldi.
Okay, sir.
Haldi alone can resolve the problems of this cyst. Okay. And then, of course, if you can have Gomutra Ark, it is available as a tonic form. Or if you have a cow, you can have fresh Gomutra.
Okay. Directly.
Yeah, directly.
Okay.
That also helps in dissolving this cysts. Sometimes, if there is like some pain in the kidney region, or sometimes blood in the urinate, if there is any blood, or if you feel like your stomach is full, some other urinary infection, or some burning sensation by micturating, then you need to go and visit a doctor.
Okay.
And then you have to take some medicine.
Okay. And how to take haldi?
Haldi, like simplest way is to take quarter spoon of haldi twice a day.
Twice a day with warm water, sir?
With warm water.
Okay.
Or you can mix it in simple milk also.
Okay. Right. A spoon of full milk and haldi.
And no, you can just mix it in a cup of milk and drink.
Okay, right.
Make sure that this haldi is not purchased from the market. If you can get the haldi roots and get it powdered,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
that is
sir.
the best form, because you don't know what you will get in the market.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
There's
sir. Thank you.
adulteration is a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, doctor. I am
Good
Rangan.
evening, sir.
How are you, sir, doctor?
I'm fine. How are you?
I too good. I'm very hale and healthy.
Great, great.
I have two small doubts, sir, to be
Yes.
clarified. If you permit me, I will put forward, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. As, I found one of my friend's body here and there. They have a limp, just like small bulging, sir. Lymph glands, like lymph glands.
Yeah, lymph nodes.
Painless, small, very small, minute, or a little bit, just like our peanut.
Yes.
Or piece, like small here and there, and the stomach and the hands. Any issue, sir, about it?
Yeah, lymph nodes,
Yes, sir.
they are actually the places where our army,
Sir.
white blood cells,
Sir.
they stay there in the lymph node.
Okay, sir.
And whenever there is some kind of any kind of infection inside the body,
Yes, sir.
the first changes you see, the first activity which happens inside the body to reduce that infection, it happens in the lymph nodes.
Oh, that's good.
And sometimes they trap the infection,
Sir.
and that appears as the swelling in the lymph nodes.
Sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Lymph circulation, if it happens properly.
Yes, sir. It's a very, he has very good circulation, no problems in all sides. He has some doubt.
Lymph circulation, unlike the blood circulation,
Sir.
lymph circulation is something different, where you don't have a heart to pump the lymph.
Sir.
Blood circulation, no, it is facilitated by the heart. It pumps the blood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lymph
Yes, sir.
circulation happens only when we are active, physically active.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When we are physically active, lymph
Yes.
circulation happens very normally, and wherever the swelling is there, it will get relieved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course, simple usage of simple things like neem
Yes.
and giloy.
Yes.
Those
Yes, sir.
things will help in reducing the swelling and the redness in the lymph glands.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So no issue at all because of that lymph nodes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, one more doubt is what onion says, mother also helps, mother also cannot help. If you take any quantity, sir, because sometimes I feel acidity if you take more pieces of onions. Yeah.
You are quoting the Telugu idiom.
Yes.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
thing
sir.
is, the regular ullipai, the regular onion,
Sir.
If you are frying it a lot,
Yes.
and using it in some spicy things, then it causes some disturbance.
Sir.
As it is okay, but of course we need to limit it. Anything which we eat above the normal dosage will cause some disturbance inside the body.
Yes, sir.
Along with the regular onion,
Yes, sir.
is vellulli or garlic.
Yes, sir.
That is also very good for our health.
Yes, sir. Daily I take, previously you suggested us, or you advised us to take the white, we call it tellagadda.
Tellagadda, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have made into pieces, kept in a bottle. Daily morning I take. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Doctor, thank you. Sir. Hello.
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 Anyone else wants to ask any question?
Ji, Ruby, you want to ask some question? You have some query? You're not audible. We're not able to hear you. I know you are speaking, I think.
Hello?
Hello.
Pradeep Mathuria ji.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Uh, I attended this last session and they were discussing about the diabetes. So till now, like I'm 50 plus, but I don't have any kind of problem. But I used to listen to other people that yeah, I am diabetic. So I didn't take it very seriously. For the other people, they say that we take the pills every day and we are taking this food and that food. But when I heard the discussion about the diabetes, so what are the post effect of the diabetes in the nervous system, gangrene, or something else was discussed. So when I come to know these outcomes of the diabetes, then I started to tell people who are not their control, their in food or their habits. So I discussed this with my principal, who believes in like eat and enjoy things. So I discussed with him that sir, these are the outcome of the diabetes. Once you get the diabetes, these kind of things maybe happen to you. So he, oh, this can happen to me. What is gangrene? What is the implication? And he suddenly became very serious about the diabetes, and he used to tell, no, I won't take sugar, I won't take this. So as I thought that once when we are healthy and we know the outcome of the any particular disease which is happening around this world, in the very large quantity of the people are suffering from diabetes. So I stated this statement in my class, during my class, that Dr. Saab told me that these are the symptoms of the post-diabetic things. So they listened very carefully. So in that regard, I want to say that diabetes and the blood pressure are very common. So is there anything regarding the blood pressure also, which should be known in advance to spread anyone that don't do this? Otherwise, you will become the blood pressure patient, and these two diseases are the entrance of the other disease in the body. So these are the like barriers. So I would like to listen something which is related to the blood pressure, which we should take the care in advance.
So blood pressure increases whenever heart is trying too much to pump the blood. The work done by heart is more and more. And why is that happening? So there are so many things which precipitate this condition. For example, people are nowadays eating lots and lots of food which is overly processed, lots of fat and lots of particularly junk food, and food items with lots of spices and lots of salt. These are the things which if taken frequently will automatically increase the blood pressure. And another important thing is we are not at all maintaining a peaceful mind. Lot of stress, lot of anxiety, lot of irritation, lot of anger, fear, all these things will put a pressure on the heart, and heart's function will automatically gets weakened, and it does overwork, and that again increases blood pressure. So it is very important even for students also, even for youngsters also, because nowadays we are looking at things which are not at all common previously. People, recently one singer, KK, he died, right?
Very young people.
At a very young age. Before that, one actor from the Kannada industry, Puneet Rajkumar, I think, he's a very youngster. He died.
Puneet Rajkumar.
Yes, Puneet Rajkumar.
Yeah.
So these are not common. These were not common previously. Nowadays, we see so many people below 30, below 25 having hypertension. And the reason for this particular state is the kind of food we take, the lifestyle, and our mind. So it is very important for us to be more aware of what we are choosing to eat, particularly as a habit. If you regularly consume unhealthy food, occasionally if you consume in a party or somewhere in the, somewhere else, it's okay. But regularly people are used to, nowadays they are used to order online or go to some fast food center and eat junk food. And of course that is one, food is one important factor, and mind is another important factor which can precipitate hypertension. And as you have rightly pointed out, these things are the entry points where other bigger diseases like heart problems, you know, nervous system, stroke in the brain, stroke in the heart, all these things can happen if you allow your blood pressure to increase. So physical activity, lack of physical activity is one important reason why people are getting high blood pressure. So people are not physically active, sitting whole day in their chair and not at all doing any kind of physical activity, not letting the sweat to come out of their own body. Sweating itself has become a taboo. Whereas when you are sweating, when you're doing a lot of physical work, then you are cleansing each and every cell of your body. You are allowing the body to remove all the toxins from each and every cell of the body when you are sweating profusely, when you are doing some physical activity. So if we are not allowing the body to cleanse itself, then it also will help, precipitate hypertension. So good food, good physical activity, and healthy mind, peaceful mind. These things will prevent hypertension.
And sir, my two small questions. That first question is that in Gujarat area, I have seen many people, they do not perspirate. They are having a lot of labor whole day, like which is kind of cardio, but there is no perspiration in them. So what is this? What is the property of the body? Means like it's in whole area. I have seen the 80% people, they say that we work hard, but there is no perspiration. So what is this?
See, some areas the sweat gets evaporated. Okay, for example, I live in Visakhapatnam and I also go to Hyderabad for consultations. So in Hyderabad, even if I sweat, it will not appear on my body. Instantly it gets evaporated. Whereas in Visakhapatnam, because of the coastal area, you can see the sticky sweat on the body and you can feel it because of the humidity and all. It's not about the sweat is appearing on the skin or not. It's more about doing physical activity. Once you are doing physical activity, automatically body will cleanse itself. Okay. There are some people who have profuse sweating. By nature, they sweat a lot. Even they are living in extreme cold conditions also. You can see that
yes.
if they put a small mirchi in their mouth, they'll sweat like anything.
Yes, yes.
Okay, there are some people whose perspiration is not that much. It depends. It varies from person to person. But the idea here is to cleanse the body. You need to do some physical activity.
So more sweat is not harmful. It means it is always good for body.
No. It can be your body type, individual constitution, which causes more sweating. It will be a problem when consistently you are seeing that sweat is consistently having bad smell. Strong odor, some people will have, but I'm telling about the very bad smell, which is an indication that there are lots and lots of toxins inside the body. Okay. Body is trying to communicate with us. It is trying to tell us that there are so many free radicals inside the body, which you have to cleanse properly. Then you need to take the help of a doctor for simple cleansing, simple medicines, or and of course cleansing foods. Lots and lots of vegetables and fruits with lots and lots of fiber also will help in cleansing the body.
Okay. And sir, one last question I want to take others time also. When I do cardio, I pump up to 140, like 120, 130, 140 heart rate. So what is the safe range? Should I do it continue with this? And somebody says, no, 70 is the normal, so you should not go across 100. So anywhere not written medically that what is that? Means, is it safe to go 140?
See, it is always safe to stay below 120 like that. Okay, but the thing is, the kind of basically when you say cardio exercise, I strongly recommend exercises which involves proper inhaling and exhaling, aerobic exercises. Without having proper blood oxygen supply to each and every cell of the body, if you go on doing lots and lots of exercise, that produces many toxins inside our muscles, which in turn when you are not inhaling properly and doing a lot of exercise, so what happens is the chemical reactions which take place inside our muscles to break down the glucose will be anaerobic reactions, and anaerobic chemical reactions where there is no oxygen, that is harmful to the body, sometimes again produces more toxins. So when you are doing physical activity, we need to make sure that we are doing it in a place where there is proper ventilation, proper circulation of air, and we also should make sure that we are breathing in and breathing out properly while you are doing exercise. That is very important. That is the reason why when you are doing yoga asanas or Surya Namaskar, each and every step involves either inhaling or exhaling or holding the breath.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is very important.
But on the keeping on the safe side, we should not cross 120.
Yes.
Yes. 140 is not good actually, right, for heart.
No, not good.
Okay. And the people who are doing exercise, this kind of exercise in the gym, in the closed area, then definitely it is not good to
definitely
go
not good. No, I have seen many gyms with all the doors closed and only AC will be there.
Yes.
That is not at all healthy. Particularly crowded gyms where many people are there and there is no proper air circulation and everyone is breathing others carbon dioxide. That is definitely not healthy.
Yes, sir. And it is a problem with the youngsters. They are gyms are full with the youngsters and they are doing this kind of exercise.
Yes.
And okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. So
now would you like to continue with your presentation, or should we invite more questions?
No, someone, Sashikant Kurodeji has asked, how about constant scan of abdomen of the person with polycystic kidneys, sir? So,
he had asked initially also.
Yes. So normally abdominal scan, ultrasound scan, if we do, that is a very harmless scan. Even we do it for pregnant ladies periodically, every 2 months, every 3 months we do this. Someone should mute their mic. So we need not worry about.
I just wanted to tell you that following a healthy lifestyle is your slide, which is visible to us.
Yeah. No. I'm reading this question from the chat window.
Yes.
So someone is asking about the abdominal scan for polycystic kidney. So you need not consistently go and get a scan regularly, but if the scan is only a means of understanding how many cysts are there, what is the size of the cyst, and once you know it, if it is something which we can't correct it with our lifestyle, you have to go to a doctor, get some therapy done, take some medicine, and after that, once his doctor is confident, you can go and take another scan. So this ultrasound scan is not at all harmful. One can have the scan without any side effects, if that is the question. Okay. So yeah. See, many people ask me, how is this regeneration possible? How can we regenerate the degenerated joints or bones or cartilage? Are we replacing the old ones with new ones? Will you put something inside my body? Generally, people with back pain or neck pain or knee joint pain, they come to me and they ask me, will you replace the joint or what will you do? In fact, we tell them that we just allow the body to heal itself. Once the body starts healing itself, there is this beautiful mechanism of regenerating each and every cell of the body. So Ayurveda has some ancient Ayurvedic therapies. There are some wonderful therapies called Rasayana therapies, where reversing of aging is possible. Aging process can be reversed using these Rasayana therapies. And how does it happen? It happens by taking the body's environment, internal environment, to the highest possible best state. Detailed description of Rasayana therapies were written, but unfortunately, there are very few doctors who are practicing these Rasayana therapies who can actually create wonders. So normally people with simple knee joint pain or back pain with disc prolapse, disc degeneration, we treat with Panchakarma therapies and we help them regenerate the cartilage, regenerate the bone. And even when you take an MRI or X-ray after the therapy, you will see that the regeneration is happening. But what I'm speaking about Rasayana therapy is totally at a higher level, different level, where even the lost teeth can be regenerated, lost hair can be regenerated. You can go back to 20-25 years back, you can become young again. This is something which is very amazing and astonishing to listen to. But there are some therapies which I would like to share with you in detail someday. But there are some doctors in Kerala who are doing this special therapy called Kuti Praveshika Rasayana or Kayakalpa Chikitsa, where we take complete control of the patient's metabolism, minimize it, reverse the degenerative changes, and use some special medicines and special food, and make the patient do some special pranayams and meditation and yogasanas and all those things, and completely cut off the patient's communication with the entire world. He will be completely kept in a secluded place, only listening to chants and mantras, and only eating special diet and taking some special medicine and doing meditation. And there is one doctor called Dr. Setu Madhavan in Kerala who is doing this practice. And I personally know some of the patients who went. The thing is, this whole process, regeneration process, is a very long process. And most of the people who have time to undergo this therapy are around 60 plus and 70 plus people. And the duration of the therapy is around 900 days. So, which is impossible for normal people to undergo. The highest anyone who underwent in Dr. Setu Madhavan's regenerative therapy clinic is 330 days. One person who successfully completed around 330
चल रहा है
days.
नहीं सुन रहा हूँ कुछ मेडिकल सुन रहा हूँ बोलो मेडिकल आ रहा है डॉक्टर का आ रहा है
So this is something strange, and I have seen the patient, one patient whom he went only for 60 days. He could stay only for 60 days in that particular therapy, but when he came back, all his white hair turned black. So this seems like a miracle. This seems like a magic or something like that, but this is science. So this entire process of regeneration is backed by a lot of scientific research also. So why I'm trying to tell you this thing is, there is some beautiful mechanism inside our body called homeostasis. Homeostasis is a condition of equilibrium in the body's internal, maintaining the internal equilibrium by body itself. Body can do miracles, wonders, and it is always doing so. in this Rasayana therapy, we are taking it to the next level. But normally also, day to day, every day, we don't know that these miracles are happening inside our body. So this maintaining of internal environment within physiological limits is always important for us to stay healthy. And this balance, internal balance, continuously gets disrupted by so many things happening around us. Intense heat, extreme cold, lack of oxygen, lot of physical stress, psychological stress. All these things will disturb the internal balance, internal that homeostasis. But beauty of human body is whenever there is a disturbance, whenever there is extreme heat outside, body tries to cool down itself. Extreme cold outside, body tries to generate heat inside. Whenever there is lack of oxygen, body tries to minimize the metabolism. Whenever there is a lot of physical stress, physical activity or mental stress, body tries to reverse the negative changes happening because of those things. And this happens continuously. And if that doesn't happen, then you just can't, human beings are called poikilothermic. We are warm-blooded animals. So irrespective of the temperature outside, always our internal temperature gets maintained. Even if a small degree of change, if the body is not trying to maintain the homeostasis, small degree of change can cause death. But always this balance is being maintained by the body. That is the beauty of this internal homeostasis. For example, when the body temperature falls because of external cold, suddenly we went to a place where the temperature is 0 degrees. Suddenly we went to some Chardham Yatra and the temperature falls down to 0 degrees. Then instantly blood vessels, they constrict and the heat gets conserved. Sweat glands do not secrete any fluid. Shivering happens. Involuntary contraction of muscles generates heat and it creates heat inside the body. Heat is retained. So the body temperature is maintained. And suddenly we are exposed to extreme hot condition. Then the body temperature rises. Body temperature rises, blood vessels, they dilate. It results in heat loss. And the sweat glands, they secrete a lot of sweat. The sweat gets evaporated. Heat is removed reduced from the body. Heat is lost to the environment. So this is a simple thing which we can understand. But there are so many other complex things which are happening inside our body continuously. Body temperature is something which we can easily understand. There are so many other things which are happening inside our body continuously, which are helping us stay healthy without any discomfort, without any problem. Sometimes certain homeostatic imbalances such as high core body temperature, high concentration of salt in the blood, or low concentration of oxygen, it can generate homeostatic reactions such as warmth or thirst or breathlessness. These things will help us restore the balance. It will tell us whenever we feel thirsty, it is body is trying to tell us that the body is getting dehydrated, you need some water. Whenever you feel that breathlessness, it is telling that the oxygen concentration is low, you need to take deeper breaths. Body will tell us, it will trigger those reactions. Some things like blood glucose concentration, electrolyte concentration, oxygen levels, pH, osmolarity, water levels, core body temperature, endocrine, and these are all under the control of this endocrine and autonomic nervous system. And even enzymes which help us in digesting, breaking down the food, they will also function only under a small range of conditions, some specific pH, specific temperature. And when it goes beyond, if the body's temperature goes beyond certain level, blood pH goes beyond, either it raises or comes down, then this enzyme function will not happen. And it is the function of the body homeostasis to maintain that pH, maintain the temperature. So if the range is going, the enzyme temperature or pH is going beyond the normal range, these enzymes cannot function, it will lead to diseases, it will lead to death. So key point here is homeostasis is always happening inside the body. This is something which always happens, but it is very important for us to understand that this balance is very delicate, and body, whenever it is unable to maintain this balance, it will try to communicate with us. It will tell us, I am feeling thirsty, I am feeling hungry, I am feeling breathless, I am feeling weak, I am feeling irritated. So these signals which body tries to send continuously indicate that there is some imbalance inside the homeostasis, and it is our responsibility to restore that balance. How do we do that? Again, good food, good sleep, good timely food, timely sleep, physical activity, and mental peace. All these things are very important for us to maintain this balance. At least we will not do the whole complicated thing that body will do it by itself. All we have to do is maintain good lifestyle. So once we do this, once we maintain the balance, we can slow down this aging process. Unfortunately, nowadays many people are becoming old at a very young age. Nowadays there are so many when if you go to a mall or some place, they will check your fat, body mass, BMX, body mass index. They will see, and they will tell you what is your physiological age. Normally chronological age is like, for example, you are 40 years. It will show that your physiological age according to the tests is like 60 years or 50 years. You are aging much faster. So this faster aging process is an indication that there is some disturbance in this homeostasis. There is some disturbance in the metabolism. Metabolism is a delicate balance, anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the construction part, new tissues, new cells, continuous tissue building, and replacing the lost and worn out cells. This continuously happens inside the body on one side. And catabolism, destruction part, old cells will be replaced, and the cells die, and death part for each and every cell, this also happens. So there is a delicate balance between this anabolism and catabolism. When there is balance maintained, then you don't age faster. But when the destruction part is happening faster and the construction part is happening very slow, then you age faster. So that is the time when we need to understand that my aging process is happening fast. How do I know? How do I know whether I'm healthy, whether I'm aging faster? So if I'm able to withstand physical activity, a lot of physical activity, I don't have any problem, I can do it. Change in temperature, I don't have any problem, I can withstand change in body temperature or change in the external temperature. Change in seasons, I don't have any problem, I don't catch diseases whenever the season changes, whenever the temperature changes, whenever I do some physical activity, I don't have any problem with my joints, muscles and all. There is no disturbance in my skin, no abnormal changes in my weight. I don't gain a lot of weight. The more inches you gain at your abdomen, at the waist level, the more years you are losing. So when you are not gaining abnormal weight, when you are able to withstand the physical activity, when you're able to withstand the changes in the external temperature, all these things are indicating that you are healthy. But on the contrary, even a small change in the external temperature, you are unable to sit for some time if the fan is off, if the power is off, if there is no AC, if there is no flow of air, you are unable to sit, you are unable to withstand that temperature, then there is some problem. If you are unable to do some small physical activity also is causing some pain in your joints or causing some kind of weakness, you are getting tired easily. All these things are indications that something is not happening right. Some imbalance is in the body, and you need to do something to restore that balance. If It's not just about the physical activity or change in body temperature. If you are not getting hunger, your appetite is not good, or sometimes the appetite is too much, or sometimes the appetite is haphazard, sometimes good, sometimes not good. So even that indicates some disturbance inside the body. And other things like easily catching diseases. If some person is having cold or fever, instantly you're catching that cold or cough or something like that. Even that is a problem. Just a moment. One moment, please. We always have to keep these things in our mind, that balance, homeostasis, maintaining balance is very important. So how do we maintain that balance? So there is one beautiful circadian rhythm inside our body, which is called the biological clock, which allows each and everything to happen smoothly. Each and every activity happens smoothly, provided the circadian rhythm is maintained. We can observe our body. When you observe your body, when you observe your mind, you will see that sometimes during the day, whatever you want to do, it happens very nicely. The whole day, smooth sailing happens. But sometimes even the smallest of the smallest work, you will not be able to do, and it will be like you're swimming against the rhythms of nature, upstream. Okay. Sometimes you feel that the energy is like driving you towards whatever you want to do. So what is the reason behind this disturbance, this change in the way you do work, the way you perceive the feel the energy and all those things? If your internal clock is in synchronization with the earth cycle, lunar cycle, solar cycle, the nature, if it is in the synchrony, then whatever you want to do, it will be very smooth. You will feel a lot of physical energy. Whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do with complete focus. You will be able to complete the task within few minutes instead of spending hours together. So all these things happen when you are in sync with nature. But when this sync is missing, then when the rhythm is missing, when the biological clock is disturbed, then you will feel some problem. So what is the circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm, as I've told you, that so many activities happen inside the body, like energy production, enzymatic production, digestive functions, and all those things happen inside our body only if we are in sync with nature. How can we sync our internal metabolism with the nature? And what is the importance? We need to understand that nature has a profound influence on our body. Each and every cell gets influenced by the external environment. They say that as is the macrocosm, so is the microcosm. So, Edha Pinde Tada Brahmande. You see this fire, water, wind, everything outside, the same things, same elements that are present inside also. So, they get influenced. When the sun is rising and the sun is bright at the noon time, this sun has a direct influence on the production of digestive juices inside the body. And that is the time when maximum enzymatic activity, maximum digestive strength is seen inside our body. So when you eat heaviest meal of your day, when the sun is bright, mostly 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, that is the time to have the heaviest meal of the day. That is the time when you can easily digest even the heaviest food, and that food will get properly assimilated, and it will help in strengthening production of energy, building the tissues. Everything will happen only when you eat the food in the right time, because that is the time when enzymatic activity is at peak. But if you eat food after 2, after 3, when the enzymatic activity is completely very, very low, then all the food you ate will not be able to nourish your body properly. In fact, it produces more toxins when you eat food in a time when the enzymatic activity is low. Particularly in the night time, the metabolism is very slow. And unfortunately, all of us, most of us, eat heavy food during the night time and eat very light food in the daytime. They take small tiffin boxes to the office and eat very less food. And in the night time, they eat lots and lots of food. That is something which is a major problem for many of us. That is creating so many health related problems. And in fact, the night food should be consumed as early as possible. I consume my food and then I come to this session. So I don't know how many of you have already consumed food, but this is the time you need to give rest to the body. And this is not the time to have food. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, some people eat at 11 o'clock. That is very bad, and that will cause severe disturbance in the metabolism. So we need to understand what is the right time to have food, right time to sleep, right time to do exercise, right time to put a lot of work, do a lot of work with our brain, right time to meditate, right time to play, right time to expose the body to the sunlight. We need to have knowledge about all these things, and they are related to the influence of external environment on each and every cell of the body. So normally the mechanism goes like this. So whenever there are some things like Zeitgebers. Zeitgebers are stimulants, external stimulants, which tell our internal body clock to start working. The most common Zeitgeber is light. When light enters our eyes, these light rays, photons, they enter our brain and they start, the brain starts sending signals to each and every part of the body that chalo, this person woke up, now you start working. So when you get up early in the morning and this early morning sunlight enters your eyes, and that is the right time to start the cycle, and the whole cycle till the next day, it happens in a smooth way if you start it in the right time. Suppose you get up at 9 o'clock and your light is entering at 9 o'clock. The body thinks that this is the right time to start everything. Until then, nothing has started inside our body. So the whole thing gets disturbed, whole things gets postponed, and everything happens in a wrong way. Sun will not rise in a different time when we wake up late. It happens properly in the right time. So all we have to do is maintain good lifestyle, eat in time, sleep in time, get up in time, and each and every activity, like other activities which are shown here, feeding and activity, sleep wake timing, our moods, our cognitive functioning, each and everything is having a profound influence on the circadian rhythm. Once this circadian rhythm is is in sync, in our body's biological clock is in sync with nature, and everything is happening in a right way, we will be very, very healthy. Each and every part of our body will, each and every organ of our body will perform its highest function. Whereas when there is a disturbed rhythm, when there is some disturbance because of a wrong time of sleep and wrong waking up late, eating food in the wrong time, doing exercise in a wrong time, all these things will trigger and change the biological clock, and that will cause so many diseases. There are so many diseases which are seen because of these circadian rhythm disharmonies, like mood disorders, depression, bipolar disorder, heart disease, obesity, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, cancer, and so many harmful diseases can appear in our body if our biological clock is not in tune with our nature. So we need to understand that we are not individual entities. We are in sync with the nature. We are in sync with this entire existence, with the environment around us. So when we are doing activity according to their influence, according to the influence of sun, moon, and other earth's rotation on our body, if we know and if you plan the lifestyle properly, then these diseases can be avoided. So this picture shows how this light is, converting these photons are getting converted, and it is going to the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is the master clock of the body, and it is stimulating, it is sending signals to each and every organ of the body to start functioning. So there are so many activities. For example, if you look at this chart, so 5 p.m. greatest cardiovascular efficiency and muscle strength. If you do some physical activity in the evening time before sunset, that is the best time to do physical activity, cardiovascular activity. So 12 noon is the time when you can have the heaviest meal, when the digestive system is very, very good. And 12 midnight, this is the time when maximum regeneration happens. You can see that 9 p.m. melatonin secretion starts. At 9 p.m. melatonin secretion starts. When the melatonin, a beautiful, wonderful chemical gets secreted inside our body, it induces sleep, and it also helps in regenerating each and every cell of our body. And this is the time after 9 p.m. if you switch off your lights, and by 10 p.m. if you can go to sleep, 10 to 2 is the time when wonderful regeneration happens in each and every cell of our body will get replaced with new cells. Energy production will happen, tissue building will happen, all these things will happen. This is the time when your body recharges itself, 10 to 2. Unfortunately, that is the time when most of the students wake up and read, most of us watch movies, most of us spend time, which is very unfortunate. That is a time for us to help our body recuperate. That will help us stay healthy. But if you don't sleep during the time, if you don't allow the melatonin to get secreted, melatonin secretion drastically reduces if you don't switch off the lights. Artificial light exposure, though, if you expose your body to artificial lights like tube light or laptop light or cell phone light, that will drastically reduce the production of melatonin, which in turn will not help us accumulate enough energy for the next day, repair and heal your body, regenerate new cells. That will not happen if you're not allowing the melatonin to get secreted inside your body. So if you look at the morning time, 4:30 a.m. is the lowest body temperature. The metabolism is very, very low. That is the time you can happily meditate, do some activity with your brain, do some creative things. You want to write a novel, write something, prepare a presentation, or you want to write a paper, scientific paper. That is the time to do some, go deeper inside yourself, explore the higher center. That is the time to do, early morning time. So when you wake up in the early morning, you are triggering this production of energy. You are taking the energy from the entire cosmic universe, and the whole day you will be active if you are waking before the sunrise. So these are the things which we need to understand, and we need to plan our lifestyle accordingly. If we do not plan our lifestyle accordingly, and we just go with the flow, and it happens haphazardly, definitely some kind of disease will start growing inside our body, and suddenly at some point of time we will be shocked to see that we got some diabetes or hypertension or some other disease. So it is very important for us to understand what's happening. This is the pineal gland, which is secreting melatonin, and melatonin is called sleep hormone. Apart from inducing sleep, it also helps in regeneration of the body. If you don't secrete melatonin because of exposure of the artificial light, then doctors will prescribe melatonin capsules or some tablets or syrups made of melatonin to correct your melatonin diseases. As I've told you, the artificial light exposure will reduce the production of melatonin. So it's very important for us to maintain a healthy lifestyle, to achieve this healthy circadian rhythm. So I request all of you to eat very early. Even if you are attending this holistic human health session, I want you to complete your dinner before 7:30 and then join the session. If you are unable to do that, even while listening to this session also, you can have food, no problem. But don't eat at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So after eating, you should give at least 1.5 hours to 2 hours time for the body to process it before you sleep. Don't sleep immediately after eating food. That will again cause so many problems. So now I think it's time 8:30. If you have any questions, we can take 2 or 3 questions.
Many participants are having mic. Others can also be given. Yes, but Deep Maturiya ji has.